I don't just talk about other people's stuff, I also make my own. Books in particular. To date, I have 4 books you can check out on Amazon. Operation Red Dragon: The Daikaiju Wars Part 1, Occult Mafia, Emerald of Maddox City, and the short story collection Assorted Absurdities, Tales of Kaiju Punk and Other Genres. Hop on down to the description for Amazon links to all 4 books. Enjoy whichever ones you read, and enjoy the video.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Omni viewer, and I recently checked out the trailer for Gridman Universe, an upcoming movie by Tsuburaya Productions that is essentially a crossover between 4S Gridman and its sister series 4S Dynazenon, which currently are the best kaiju anime series on the market. Or at least Gridman is. I have yet to see Dynazenon, but it is on my list. If it's anything like Gridman, I'm sure it's good. But that actually got me thinking. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm actually here to do a follow-up on something that I really should have done sooner, because it dawned on me that 3 years ago, I did a little news piece about another kaiju anime that Tsuburaya Productions was making called KAIJU Decode. And I said I'd be keeping my eyes on it, but, 3 years, other stuff was happening, a whole bunch of other stuff. As a result, KAIJU Decode kind of fell off my radar, and I just remembered it and thought, I should really look into that. Like, is it still happening? Did it happen and I just didn't notice? Was it canceled? What's going on? So I looked it up. I found 2 trailers. Well, technically I found 3 trailers, though 2 of them are for the anime. By that I mean there's a trailer for the VR experience that was done to promote it, but that doesn't necessarily say anything about the series itself. As for the trailers that were posted 1 year ago, the first one plays out almost like an analog horror video. Bunch of random images and strange music playing over stuff that's vague but clearly hinting at something. It wasn't necessarily going to tell you much. The other trailer gives us a look at the work itself. And it's got that kind of all CGI anime look that I've grown kind of wary of because of how it's been implemented. Yet at the same time, this particular example doesn't look half bad in motion. And it's got some interesting designs, sort of looking like a post-apocalyptic, overgrown city setting with kaiju that clearly are still built on the Pacific Rim logic of, even though it's animation, how would it work as a man in a suit, yet still being the sort of thing that you wouldn't necessarily be able to accomplish in any form other than animation. It falls into that nice sweet spot that all the best anime kaiju do fall into. So clearly it happened. And I decided to look a little further into it and learned that what is being called the first phase of KAIJU Decode, something called KAIJU Decode First Contact, is actually out there and available to see. It's a 9-minute short, but I have not seen it yet. The reason I haven't seen it yet is because it was specifically uploaded to Tsuburaya Imagination, a site which requires you to have an account in order to view stuff. And I only just learned about this, so I haven't looked into setting up an account yet, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to just to watch a 9-minute short. I mean, it is a Tsuburaya site, so I'm sure there are other interesting things there, but I don't know. I'm not just going to randomly sign up for a website. And I don't necessarily want to be one of those YouTubers who tells his subscribers if someone pays me $200, then I'll definitely check it out, because that feels like extortion. Though, if... no, I'm not even going to hint at it. Really does feel that icky to me. Not that I'm just going to stop right there before I insert my foot any further into my mouth and accidentally anger somebody who does do that sort of thing. Anyway, point is, I lost track of KAIJU Decode, but it turns out it is out there. At the moment, I have not seen the 9-minute short, even though it is available to view if you have an account on Tsuburaya Imagination, but that's only the first phase of KAIJU Decode, which means they're planning more. What is that going to consist of? I haven't seen anything at this point, so I can't really tell you. But The point is, Kaiju Decode did happen, and if all goes well, apparently it's going to keep happening. I'm sorry I let that get away from me, but you know how it was. There were other kaiju things happening at the time, other videos to make, other news to report. Not making excuses, just saying it just was the natural thing to get lost in the shuffle. But I am curious to see what happens. I am curious to check out the short at some point. And no, it's not uploaded to YouTube, I looked. But anyway, I felt it was high time I did a follow-up and let you guys know what was actually happening, just in case it fell off of your radar as well. What you decide to do, if you decide to make an account to go watch it, that's up to you. I just know I haven't yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to yet. But now I'm just repeating myself, so I will shut up now. After my sign-off. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni viewer signing off. Okay, now I'll shut up.
Congratulations, you reached the end. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to consider supporting us on Patreon. Of course, the other way to support us is to go to Amazon and check out our books. Operation Red Dragon, The Daikaiju Wars Part 1, The Occult Mafia, Emerald of Maddox City, and Assorted Absurdities, Tales of Kaiju Punk and Other Genres. Also check the description for links to DeviantArt and other platforms we operate. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.